Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dog, cats, and squirrels. This is your boy, T.C. Costello, and for anybody who might want to listen to an old man like me. Hello, world. Hello, money. Hola, dinero. Hola, mundo. Hey, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. This is my message to you, veterans. I'm calling out my veterans. You know what time it is. Wake up. I know you're over there in the foxholes. I know you're over there hiding up under the bed because you might think it was a bill collector. But wake the heck up. It's me, your veteran friend, guy. The only one that's really truly worried about you, it be me, T.C. Costello, baby. Oh, and just for you guys that don't know, I'm on a mission today. I'm on a serious mission. And when I'm on a mission, I got my binoculars and I got my boy right here we call Vietnam Charlie. Hello, world. Say hello, Vietnam Charlie. Now, Vietnam Charlie is the one that watch your six. He's one of those guys that would tear 6 or 7 people up one time by himself. He that type of guy. I carry Vietnam Charlie with me everywhere we go. All right, so that's Vietnam Charlie. You probably see him in a lot of my videos, too. All right, so we got that squared away. All right, now, back to the binoculars. Guys, I'm looking for all the people out there that can help me with my veterans. And I got some good news today, man. I mean, I got some really good news. I wrote a letter. Not wrote a letter. I drafted a letter. Let me back that up. I drafted a letter. And I drafted it for a company I used to work with. You remember one of my videos, I was telling you about a gentleman by the name of Mr. Mike and Francis Tedesco. These two gentlemen own Academy Bus Lines. This is the largest bus line in the country. I will say this, one of the largest bus lines in the country. Truly, one of the largest bus lines in the country. You can look it up, it's called Academy Bus Lines. But I wish I had the videos and stuff to put it up, you know, and I got a lot of videos. I got to go back and find where I was working at Academy Bus, you know, in the Miami area and up in Hoboken, New Jersey. Well, the point I'm trying to make, guys, real quick, real fast, got to use my glasses here. I put a draft letter together. This is my first one. And it's going to go to a lot of companies, man. But the first one I wanted to go to is the company that I work for. It's called Academy Bus Lines. I have a personal relationship with this gentleman by the name of Mr. Francis Tedesco. And I used to take him over to New York, to make a story short real quick. I used to take him over to New York for his appointments. He had a lot of appointments in New York. And so when I was up there working in the summers up in Hoboken, they'll request my services. And a lot of times, make a long story short, I'd be upstate New York, say maybe in Buffalo, and I get a call from dispatch, and they say, Mr. Costello, Mr. Francis Tedesco wants you to come pick him up here in Hoboken and take him over into New York for some appointments. And I was saying, well, I'm way up here in Buffalo, New York, man. It's going to take me about 5 hours to get back down to Hoboken. And he said, oh, don't worry about it. He'll wait on you. And I said, wow, okay. Now, guys, understand this. I didn't even know the gentleman. I didn't know him from a can of paint. I'm out of the Miami office at the time. And I don't know how it happened, why he chose me. I mean, we got a staff up there. That's the headquarters, man. One of the biggest offices of all the Academy Bus Lines. He got them all over the country, offices. But I didn't know why he picked me. You know, now I'm looking at it now, maybe, because it come full circle. Well, anyway, I used to take him over to New York, and we used to have a lot of good conversations, man. And I really got to understand, really got to understand who this man was. He's a powerful man, and he's also a guy that got a lot of power, man. He know a lot of people, man. A lot of people know him, and I think we might get this thing off the ground with him. I really, truly do, and I wanted to be transparent, like I did when I wrote the letter to my coach, let him know how I felt about him and the team and the administration. So now I want to go back and do the same thing with Academy Bus Line. So this is the letter that I drafted, and it goes something like this here. Subject: request for assistance in transporting veterans with disabilities to college football and NFL games, baby. I said college football and NFL games. For my veterans who's disabled, those have all these physical limitations, and you know, love sports, but sitting at home watching sports, and you know what they probably saying to themselves sometimes, boy, what it would be like if I could just be at a game of 6,000 or 7,000 people, man. Just be in the midst of that. And then that thought just disappeared. The idea just disappeared because he knew it probably never happened. But he don't know there's a guy like me. It's his subconscious. See, I'm his subconscious. Because I know it's a lot of veterans out there think like that, man. I know it's a lot of veterans. Man, listen, we was overseas, man. Wherever we be in the Corps, man, all we talk about is girls and sports. I mean, you know, we youngsters. Man, that's all we talk about, girls and sports. Now, for those that had, you know, a wife and a girlfriend, probably with a baby, that's all he talked about. Okay, but for us single guys, we were talking about girls. I hope we can find them when we get home. They be there, something like that. So that's all we used to talk about, sports and girls. And so I know my veterans, all sports. And just think, if you're a soldier, man, you got a lot of physical capabilities. You know what I'm saying? So you done probably played some sort of sport before you came into the service. So these guys are already athletes. So yeah, you can imagine they love football. They've been watching football as long as I have. I'm 68 years old. And then if I look at my Korean veterans and World War II veterans, some of them still living. They done seen more football than me. So man, guys, I'm just so excited. So anyway, let me get back to my letter. And I got Dear Academy bus lines, but I'm moving Dear Academy bus lines. I'm going to Mr. Francis Tedesco and Mike. These are the two owners of Academy Bus. Okay, I would have said Dear Academy bus lines if I didn't know who I was talking to, but I know who I'm going to be talking to and presenting this letter to. Okay, so it says, I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. My name is Gerald Costello, and I'm writing to you on behalf of our organization. You know our organization. I don't have to tell you our organization do it. Okay, I didn't think so. You already know by now. All right, well, we got a YouTube channel, and I'm writing to you on behalf of my company, and we're dedicated to supporting and empowering veterans with disabilities. We are reaching out to you today to discuss a potential partnership so that would enable us to transport veterans with disabilities, particularly those that face physical limitations and challenges. So we can get them out to college football games and NFL games, baby. All right, and then it goes on to say, we firmly believe that participation in community events fosters a sense of belonging and enhances the overall well-being of veterans with disabilities. However, many of these individuals encounter significant obstacles when it comes to attending football games, especially in terms of transportation. See, I had thought of that because just thinking when I was driving buses, you know, oh my God, I got to shout out Heartline too. It's a bus line in Tampa I used to work for too. That's how I got started driving buses, which promoted me on into driving charter buses from learning how to drive city buses in Tampa, Florida. And I'm getting to that too, man. That's another story, great story too. And I'm going to write them a letter that I'm writing on Academy Bus. Yeah, because Heartline can help too, and they got lifters and everything, man. They got everything you can need for a disabled veteran. Okay, so let me go back to this here, man. Academy Bus Line, we can make a profound impact by providing reliable and accessible transportation services. That's Academy. All right, then the wheelchair accessibility, I don't have to mention that. Man, we was trained well on that. Man, let me tell you something. Heartline, I think we trained about, 3 weeks on handling disabled people, not only just veterans, but people, civilians rather. And man, we trained 3 weeks at Heartline. Then not to mention that Academy, man, you're not coming out of that yard until you know everything about that bus, and you're gonna know everything how to handle people, and you're gonna definitely know how to handle disabled veterans and disabled civilians, handling them up and down on the bus. You know what I mean? You got to be very delicate with these people, man, because they're very fragile with injuries. Okay, so I know all that. I believe me, I know all that, and I'll probably be the one. Like I said, man, I'll be the one next to that veteran. I'm gonna be next to that one at the veteran at the game. All us veterans, we're gonna be next to the veteran. You know, so if he can't move, who feed him? Me. You know what I'm saying? Come on, stop playing. You gotta stop playing. If he thirsty and he can't move, guess who's gonna give him that straw? Me, baby. Hello, world, stop playing. I tell I'm on a mission. You better stop playing with me. Hello, world. This for all my veterans. They know what the hell going on. They know what's going on. Stop playing. All right, so we got trained staff. Okay, the trained staff and the wheelchair accessibility, I don't even want to go through that because believe me, they got trained staff. I tell you, you're not coming out of the yard academy, boy, until you are well-trained. Well-trained. I mean, well-trained. Man, I knocked off a couple of mirrors up in Hoboken, and they put me back in school. Up in Hoboken. Because they were going to fire me. I'm serious. But I guess when they called the Miami office, and the Miami office told them, say, Man, we love Costello, man. Give him another chance. Give him another chance. And they gave me another chance, but I had to go back to training. Man, I went back to training for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, man. I had to go back to training. I was knocking off the people mirrors, man. Knocking off the bumpers. Because I was in New York. This is my first time in New York. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time in New York. And man, and the streets were so narrow. Oh my God, it was so narrow. But that's here right there. I was knocking off mirrors. But anyway, they put me back in training. The point I'm making is that Academy got well-trained drivers, man. They drive NFL players, they drive baseball players, they drive hockey players, they drive everybody, man. We drive everybody. Everybody know Academy buses is what I'm telling you. And they know that I got a personal relationship with Mr. Francis Tedesco. Man, that's God, man. Because I didn't know this man from Can of Paint. But now I do know him because of the relationship we built as me taking him over to New York. Every time he had to go take care of his appointments. So that was a blessing for me, and I truly hope he'll be a blessing to all us and these veterans, man. I'm praying on that. Okay, so let me see what else we got. Oh, the flexibility and availability. I really think that's important for my veterans because it says college football and NFL games often take place on weekends or evenings. We kindly request that you consider accommodating our scheduling needs, allowing us to attend games at various times throughout the season. Flexibility and scheduling will greatly enhance our ability to provide veterans with disabilities the opportunity to be part of the football game atmosphere. That's what I'm talking about. And the cost considerations, well, that's going to be personal, so I can't discuss that at all, but the cost considerations. As you know, we're not a nonprofit organization, so I'm going with my YouTube channel where I'm talking to the owner with sponsorship. That's all pretty much sponsorship and what he can do for us in those regards. Because I don't want to open a nonprofit organization. I was going to get to that. That was going to be part 2 of mine if I had to, because I am good at writing grants. And I actually wrote a grant for this if I have to. But the thing about writing grants, man, is draining. And then it's like having a business again. And I don't want to do that. I'm retired, man. It's really, truly draining. Writing grants, and then you got to get a staff, and you know how to go. Then you got to do HIPAA, you got to do all the legalities. I'm done with all that nonsense, man. All I want to do is be on YouTube and express my concern for the veterans and try to get them with me to a football game so they can enjoy themselves. I'm going to the UCLA game next week. I would love to have had 3 or 4 veterans with me going to the UCLA game, man. That's a game experience, man, that they would never forget. That truly is a game experience that those veterans would never forget. And then, guys, you know, I want to close with this. I think that was everything I need. Oh, and by collaborating with Academy Bus Lines, we'll be collaborating anyway. But I want to close with this here. It's my calling. I was sitting on this couch, man, doing nothing, retired, just doing the normal things, taking my dog out, running around the park, doing everything a normal person would do, retired. But I was sitting here playing chess by myself, and I was watching Coach Prime when he came to Colorado, and I watched everything this young man did. And I said to myself, wow, veterans and sports. Because all veterans pretty much love sports because they're in the service. And you have to have physical ability to be in the military. So you know they got to have played some sort of sport. And the point I'm making, man, let's do our part, man, and let's get these veterans out there, man. You know, the ones that's seriously disabled, again, with the physical limitations. I really, really want to help these people, man. Because I got 2 in my family. You know, I got my stepbrother, you know, he don't have to need a hip replacement. He roll around in a walker and a wheelchair. And again, he don't ask for no help. He's a very independent young man. And he do everything on his own. But you ought to see the struggle that he go through, man. And I sat there, and you know one thing about me, knowing I've been dealing with a handicap all my life, they don't want you to feel sorry for them, man. They don't even feel sorry for themselves. You know what I mean? It happens. You know, look at Coach Prime. You know, he didn't want no blood clots, but he got them, and he had to deal with what came upon him. And hey, he says it's new normal, and that's what my stepbrother is. This new normal. But you know, he loves sports, man. My uncle, 98 years old, you know, disabled with one leg missing, sitting in Tampa. He would love to go to a sports game. I talked to him all the time. And I said, Uncle, I'm trying to make this work. And you know, I'm just reaching out to my veterans, the ones with deep pockets. All my veterans with deep pockets, man. You already got the airplanes. You already got the motorhomes. You already got the buses. help us out, man. That's a little help. Like I said, ain't nothing but a tax write-off. Man, you'll be doing yourself some justice for your company. We've put the spotlight on your company. We put the spotlight on the veterans. Man, it's just a beautiful thing. We combine and consolidate the two, and we're going to go a long way, man. Let's get these veterans to some football games, man. And you know, I say before I close, when we at the football game with all our veterans, because it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen because I'm a consistent guy. I'm on a mission, man. I ain't coming back on no more blank mission. Y'all done already had me do 50 push-ups. I ain't doing that no more. I'm on a serious mission, man. Me and Vietnam Charlie on a serious mission, man. That man ain't bloody all over. He ain't bloody there for a reason. That's real blood, man. That's Vietnam Charlie. We're on a mission. So I can say this here, guys. Help us out, man. Let's go get these veterans and get them to football games. Let's go have a good time with them, man. And let's go put a spotlight on them. So when they sitting in the crowd, man, they sitting out there in the stadium, and the announcer hollering, "Ladies and gentlemen, put your attention to that left end zone. Eyes left." And you will see down there in the south end zone, all my veterans. What? And we cheering and hollering, man. And those can't move. You know, they can nod their head or whatever the case may be. I cheer for them, man. I scream for them. I got a big mouth to scream for 5 people. And that's what we'll do, man. I'm just excited about my veterans, man. And what I've done now, I just seen that I need to focus on my veterans. So I use this channel now for my veterans. And I go on another show in another 10, 15 minutes for my Colorado Buffaloes, man. And my Coach Prime and my Colorado Buffalo. But I want to take this time to let you guys know what I'm doing, veterans. It means the world to me because you all going to grow with me. We just starting together, man. I'm serious, we just started together. You guys going to love it because we're going to see how we form from the birth at the embryo stage. You see where I'm begging right now to these people? They're going to be knocking me down to use their services. And I'm waiting. I'm serious. I got the patience of Job. It's going to happen. So guys, before I go, you know my favorite line is, to the world, you might be one person, but to that one person, you just might be the world. Everybody over there in the war zones, ladies and gentlemen, man, you guys stay safe. And we thank you for keeping us safe over here in this country. And thank you for allowing us to have democracy. Thank you for not bringing them knuckleheads over here, man, and hurting us. Thank you so much. And veterans, I'll see you guys next time. I hope I didn't talk too much, but I did want to bring some significant information for us veterans, man, so that we can get these doggone veterans in some vehicles, man, to get out to some football games. That's all I ask, man. I don't live for nothing else now, man, just to help my veterans and go watch me some football games and enjoy it. That's all I do in life, man. And I just make sure you live a good life and don't bother nobody, don't do nothing wrong. Just live the rest of your days. That's all I want to do. And that's what the veterans want to do. And I'm going to do it with you, man. So, hey, man, have a good day. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time.